Trucks Expo West 2025 in Anaheim. Of course, I'm Carmel and I'm bringing you some of the latest updates from amazing companies, products that are being released into the market. But not only products that are being released, there's also major impressive solutions. And in this case, ReFed is helping the, I think, 31% of food that goes to waste in the United States entirely. So they've got a fantastic mission and vision. And I've got with me Sarah, about what ReFed does, right? Who you are and how you guys are aiming to reduce the waste.
So ReFed is the leading nonprofit here in the United States, and our focus is exclusively on reducing food loss and waste. And we work across the whole supply chain, from farm to fork, and we're working with stakeholders across that whole spectrum. We work with funders to try to help them invest in solutions, everything from new technologies and anaerobic digesters to how to recover more food and donate it. We also work alongside food businesses like that are here at expowest, who all have food waste targets and are looking to reduce their waste. We help them understand what are they wasting, and then how can they both prevent it, but then divert from landfill anything that's left over at the end of the day.
Amazing. So obviously some really cutting-edge technology should be involved in this. Can you talk to us about the technology, the data, and how all this comes together?
I mean, there is tons of data behind it. So I will say our primary function, why we were founded, is to actually provide actionable data and insights to the entire industry. And so we have what's called the Data Insights Engine, and it's a whole host of information. So it starts with 73 million tons of food waste, and then you can slice it and dice it by every sector and really understand not only where things are being wasted, why they're being wasted, and then what's the impact. Everything from the carbon footprint to the water footprint to the land footprint. So we help really businesses create a business case and the case for actually reducing waste overall. There's tons of solutions that are out there. We also have a huge solution provider directory. There's tons of technology, from amazing AI camera that is actually being able to understand what's going in the trash without you even having to count it, to different technologies and different IoT sensors that help people understand as food moves throughout the supply chain, where is it being wasted.
Well, biggest culprits, I have to ask.
You know, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest, the biggest culprits are consumers. So 35% things in-house, but I would say second to that is actually retail and food service. So about 25% of food loss and waste comes from that sector. And we contribute. You know, overall, food businesses do contribute a lot at the consumer level. It's not all our own fault. Some of it's date label confusion that are really misleading. Sometimes it's pack sizes and portion sizes that are wrong. We all know, you run to that restaurant and it's a huge plate of food, and you can't even eat all the leftovers. So there's lots of the burdens to be shared across the entire supply chain. But the good news is lots of solutions, lots of things that can be done.
Awesome. And so obviously you're saying, because my imagination was telling me this is just businesses, it's only the corporate level to some degree that has the problem, but it's actually every single one of us, which every one of us has a climate impact, right? And so where food waste is concerned, you're saying there's things we're doing. What are the things we can do to eradicate our own waste?
Your own waste? Sometimes these things are very, very simple. It's about creating a shopping list. It's about looking in your own fridge and freezer before you go out to eat. It's actually getting some basic knowledge about food date labels. Most those things like, hey, Best Buy, that's actually a recommendation. That's not necessarily for safety. There's lots of foods, for example, that are great well past the Best Buy date. Spoiler alert, eggs are one of those.
So they're very expensive these days. So, okay, there's ways that we can impact our footprint as well, but do you help companies as ReFed, to help them do something with that waste? So if I help them identify the waste, you help them manage the waste to some degree, what are you helping them do about the waste?
About the waste? So the first thing that it always says is you have to measure it, so you have to understand what you're wasting and where. So we create a big roadmap for them, it's called a custom roadmap, and we help them understand what's being wasted. And then we dig into each one of those places and help offer them solutions. So sometimes that just means that they need a new inventory management system. Sometimes that means that they have lots of food at the end of the day that needs to be donated and they need to get connected to a recovery partner. Sometimes it means that they need to add compost into their facility and not just send food to the landfill. there's lots of different solutions, and it's different for each food business. But we coach each one of them based on their own needs.
Awesome. Where can they find you guys to be coached and be helped to stop wasting?
You can reach out to us on refed.org, and we'd be glad to help.
Fantastic, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Harvest Podcast, brought to you anywhere you find podcasts. Do subscribe on YouTube.